welcome to the morning exhale. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Let's begin our exhale with some circles. We're just going to circle around, just bringing some movement to the spine this morning. Pause, circle in the other direction. Come to a neutral spine. Let's stretch your arms out to the side. Press your right hand into the floor. Inhale your left arm up and overhead. Then exhale, release. Let's do the other side, lifting up and overhead. Then exhale, release. Let's lift and lower your left and right arms. We're just making that gentle sweeping motion across the ceiling. Come to stillness. Let's lengthen both arms up. We're going to come into a twist. Bring your left hand down to your right knee. Bring the other hand behind you, looking over your shoulder. Inhale, lifting up. We're going to turn to the other side. Bring your right hand to your left knee. Bring the other hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Twist to center, release your arms down. Let's stretch your legs out. Bring your hands behind you, pressing out with your heels. Point your toes, heels, toes. Come back to heels. Lift up your right leg. We're just going to circle your foot. Pause. Circle in the other direction. Now let's take that right leg, bring it across the left leg. Lengthen up, hinge forward, touching your shins, ankles, or toes. Let your head relax. Notice any sensation in the back of your legs, in your lower back. Breathe. Inhale, sitting up, we're going to uncross. Lift up your left leg, circle your foot. Pause, circle in the other direction. Now we're going to take that left leg, bring it across the right leg. Lengthen up, hinge forward, touch your shin, ankle, or toes. Let your head relax. Breathe. Inhale, sitting up. We're going to uncross. Let's get ready to come to all fours for table pose, making sure your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are over your knees. Round your back, chin to chest. Drop your tailbone for cat. Inhale your head up. Drop your abdomen down, lift your tailbone for cow. Let's do a couple of cat and cows at your own pace. Just lifting and lowering in a way that feels good to your spine. Come to a neutral spine. Stretch your right leg out behind you with your toes curled under. We're just moving forward and back. Let's bring that knee back into place. Do the other side, stretching your leg out, and we're just moving forward and back. Come to stillness. Let's take your right arm, sweep it out to the side. Thread the needle under. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, thread the needle under. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale. If you can, let's bring your shoulder down to the mat, and we're going to stretch that left arm out in front of you. Now let's take your left hand, press your back up to center, and let's work the other side. Let's sweep your arm out to the side. Thread the needle under. Lifting up. Exhale, thread the needle under. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, we're bringing that left shoulder down to the mat and we're stretching your right leg out in front, your right arm rather, out in front of you. Let's press yourself back up into table pose. Let's grab your blocks now. If you don't have any blocks, you can use books, you can use paper towels, whatever works best for you. But we're going to bring those blocks into place. And let's stretch your left leg out behind you. I'm going to bring the blocks up to the taller section. So let's stretch that left leg out, bend into your knee, and we're just going to bring that left foot in between the blocks. Let's move forward and back. We're coming into seesaws. Forward, back, forward, and back. Now let's bring your knee into what we call a neutral position, where your knee is just over your ankle. Let's inhale your arms all the way up to V position. Breathe. Take a moment to find your balance. Then we're going to interlace your fingers. Bring your hands to the back of your head. Stretch your elbows out to the side. Let's twist to the left. Come back to center. Twist to the right. Center and release. Let's slide that left foot back. Now we're going to stretch the right leg out behind you, bend into your knee, bring your foot in between the blocks. Let's move forward, then back, forward, then back, forward, and back. Let's bring your knee to a neutral position, making sure your knee is just over your ankle. And let's sweep your arms up to V position. Now let's interlace your fingers. Bring your hands to the back of your head. This time, we're going to twist to the right. Come back to center. Twist to the left. Come back to center. Bring your hands back down to the blocks. Curl your back toes under. Lift up your knee. Now we're stepping that left foot forward. And let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head be the very last thing to come up to center. Then let's roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let's roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Stretch your arms out. Inhale all the way up. Palms together. Exhale down to your heart center. Stretch your arms out. This time you're going to soften those knees. Down to your heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, coming up. Palms together. Exhale down to your heart center. We're going to soften your knees. Bring your arms up into chair pose. Breathe. Now let's sweep your arms to the right. Come back to center. Sweep to the left. Come back to center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, float your arms down. We're going to come into a wide stance. So we're separating your legs. Let's pivot your right foot forward, bend into your knee, square your hips to the side, stretch your arms out, breathe. Now let's straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Bring your forearm down just above your knee. Lift your back arm up and overhead for side angle pose. Inhale, coming all the way up. We're lifting that right palm up for reverse warrior. Let's come back to side warrior pose. Bring your left arm forward. We're going to bend at the elbows. Drop your left elbow down. Bring your right elbow over, coming into eagle arms. Exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up. Release. Let's straighten out that front leg. Pivot forward. Roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. We're going to pivot that left foot forward. You can bring your back toe in just about an inch or so. Square your hips to the side, stretching your arms out. You're looking over your fingertips. Now let's straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Let's bring your forearm down just above your knee. Lift your back arm up and overhead. Breathe. Inhale, we're lifting all the way up to reverse warrior. Now let's come back to side warrior pose. You're going to bring that back arm forward, bend at the knee, at the elbows. Let's drop that right elbow down. Bring the left elbow over. We're coming into eagle arms. You're squeezing your forearms together as you exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale forward, inhale, lifting up, and release. We're getting ready to come into warrior one. Sweep your arms all the way up to V position. Breathe. Now let's exhale. Bring your hands down to the blocks. We're going to do standing seesaws. So let's straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Now let's switch. We're stepping the left foot back. The right foot is forward. Inhale, lifting your arms all the way up to warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the blocks. Let's straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Let's drop your left knee down, uncurl your toes, inhale your arms up to V position. Bring your palms together, exhale down to your heart center. Let's take your left elbow, press it into your right knee, press into your palms. We're just looking upward. Exhale, untwist. Bring your hands down to the blocks. We're going to slide that right foot back. Now let's bring your left foot in between the blocks. Inhale, lifting all the way up to V position. Bring your palms together. Exhale, down to your heart center. Take that right elbow, press it into your left knee, pressing into your palms, looking upward. Exhale, untwist. Bring your hands back down to the blocks, and we're going to slide that left foot back. Let's bring your blocks to the side now. We're going to drop your knees back an inch or so and lower your hips. Then let's press into your knees, pushing back into child's pose. Inhale, moving forward into upward dog. Upward, yes, upward dog. Pressing back into child's pose. Inhale, moving forward into upward dog. Exhale, pressing back into child's pose. Inhale, moving forward into upward dog. Now let's come back into table pose. We're just going to lower your right or left hip down, whichever one works best for you, and we're coming into a seated position. Let's stretch your left leg out, and we're going to bring the sole of your right foot into your thigh. Lengthen your arms up to V position. Fold forward, touching either your shin, ankle, or toes. Let your head relax. Breathe. Inhale, sitting up. Let's bring the sole of your right foot to the floor. Hands come underneath your thigh. Lift your chest. Lean back. Let's straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. And bend. Then I want you to take your left hand, grab onto your right foot, and we're going to cradle your knee, gently rocking back and forth. Then we're going to bring that foot across your straight leg. Use your left arm to hug your knee. Bring your right palm directly behind you, looking over your shoulder. Breathe. Exhale, untwist. We're stretching that leg out. Let's work the other side. Bring the sole of your left foot into your thigh. Lengthen up to V position. Fold forward, touching your shin, ankle, or toes. Inhale, sitting up. Let's bring the sole of your left foot to the floor. Hands come underneath your thighs. Lift your foot, and let's straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Use your right hand to grab onto your left foot, cradle your knee, and we're gently rocking back and forth. Nice hip stretch. Let's take that left foot, bring it across your right leg. Use your arm to hug your knee. And let's bring your palm directly behind you, looking over your shoulder. Exhale, untwist. Let's slide to the front of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed. Lengthen up, round forward, using your hands to cup your feet. Inhale, sitting up, bring your arms in front of you, press into your feet. We're going to roll on down to your back. Take your hands, and we're using your hands to press into your inner thighs, creating a little bit more stretch. Breathe. Now we're going to bring the soles of your feet to the floor, and I'm going to move these blocks away a little bit, a little further away. And I want you to stretch your arms out to a T. Let's separate your feet a little wider, so you're going to have one foot on one edge of the mat, the other foot on the other edge. I want you to lower your knees down to the left. Come back to center, lower to the right. Come back to center, lower to the left, but this time I want you to take your left foot, bring it on top of your right knee. Look in the opposite direction of your knees. Then release. Let's do the other side. Lowering your knees down, bringing your foot on top of your knee. Turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. Breathe. Then release. Bring your knees back to center. Now, we're stretching both legs out. Bring both arms up and overhead, and you're reaching in both directions. Point your toes, press your lower back into the mat, and you're reaching in both directions. Your fingers are reaching in one direction. Your toes are reaching in the other direction. Breathe. Then release. Now, with your right arm stretched out, we're going to roll over onto your right side. Use your top hand, your left hand, to press you into an upright position, and you have your forearm down. You're down on your side. Let's take your top hand, your left hand, and we're just going to lift and lower your knee. Let's take that top hand, bring it to the top of your foot, and we're drawing your heel in towards your backside. Lift your chest. Breathe. Then release, and I want you to bring your body around now into a low twist. Use your hands to press your back up into center. Let's move to the other side. Coming down onto your hip, and I want you to use your hand to grip your hip as you just lift and lower your knee. Let's take your top hand, bring it to the top of your foot. Draw your heel in towards your backside. We're lifting your chest. Breathe. Now let's lower that knee inside the other knee. Release your hand from your foot, and we're bringing your body around into a low twist. Now let's flip over onto your belly. Curl your back toes under, and I want you to lift up your hips. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Lower your belly back down to the mat. Uncurl your toes. Bring your palms next to your chest. Your elbows are hugged in. Press into your palms, lifting up into cobra. Then release. Let your body melt down onto the mat. I want you to bend your knees and just windshield wiper right and left. Release your legs back down to the mat. We're going to press into your palms once more. Elbows hugged in like chicken wings. Press into your palms, lifting all the way up to upward dog. Press into your knees, pushing back once more into child's pose. Coming back into table pose, let's lower your hip down. We're going to swing around once more, coming into a seated position. Let's bring your legs into Sukhasana with your ankles crossed. We're slowing it down now. You can bring your hands either palms down or palms up. And let's close your eyes and go inside. Taking in a nice, deep, full breath. Letting the breath fill your abdomen. Notice the expansion of your rib cage. The rise of your chest. Pause. Then exhale. Release the breath. Let the breath go. Once more, filling up with air, filling up with breath, letting the breath rise to the crown of your head. Pause. Then exhale. Release the breath. Let the breath go. At the bottom of the breath, before taking your next inhale, count to 4. Invite the breath in, letting your body swell with breath, letting it rise to the crown of your head. Pause. Then exhale. Release the breath. Let the breath go. At the bottom of the breath, before taking your next inhale, count to 4. Invite the breath in, but this time I want you to return to your natural breath, your natural breathing pattern. But let's follow the wave of breath in and out of your body. Let's do a gratefulness breath of the morning, filling up with positive energy that's going to take you through the rest of your day, letting go of the negative. Imagine from the soles of your feet all the way to the crown of your head, filling up with healing, positive energy. Pause. Exhale, holding on to that positive energy, but letting go of the troubles of the day, of the week, letting it all go as you squeeze empty. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes, letting your eyes greet the light on this delightful morning. Bringing your awareness back into your room. Stretch your arms out. Inhale all the way up. Palms together. Let's exhale with a sigh. May the light in me see the light in each one of you. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm always grateful. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant with the Morning Exhale. Have an excellent day. Namaste.